Welcome back again. Let's talk about another type. It's not actually a type. We can call it a data structure, and every programming language actually supports some data structure like list, arrays, linked list, vector list, and so on. And also our TypeScript also support and have some special syntaxes for arrays. So we know that whenever we declare a variable like something like that, so let a, and we assign a value inside that variable, and if we try to reassign in the same variable, for example, now a is 200, now the previous value is gone, the new value of variable a is 200. So it clearly says that a variable can only hold one value at a time, but in some situations we want to store more values or more items to a single variable, and this is the place where data structure comes in. So if I want to, for example, put the marks of a student in a single variable, then we can do this. So let marks, and the data type will be, say, marks will be number, and then we put this third bracket or square bracket, and this indicates that this marks is a variable that can hold multiple values, and we can assign it like inside this square bracket. We can put as many items, in our case number, as we want, and if we don't put anything inside this square bracket, that means this variable is currently holding 0 items. And we can check the length of this array or list by simply calling the marks dot length property, and if I run this program, you see the length is 0 because currently there is no items in this array. So let's define some item, some marks, for example 45, 95, 78, 12, 25, 36, 95, 96. So maybe I have put 8 items, and if I run this program one more time, it clearly says that now the length of this array is 8, and in this way we can put multiple items inside the same variable, and these items are ordered by index. That means the first item is at index 0. Remember, and this is same for every programming language, that the array indexes start from 0. So the first item is at index 0 and the last item is at index 7, since there are 8 items, and we can access each item in this array by using the index. For example, if I want to print the item at index 0, I can simply write it like that. So here I am telling that I want to print the item of index 0 of this list or array. So this will print 45. For example, I want to print the item at index 5, that means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it should print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 36. It should print 36. And if I say I want to print, say, 7, then it should print the last item. And what if I give an index that doesn't exist? So this list or array can only have indices from 0 to 7. So 9 does not exist. So what will be the output in that case? Can you guess? If I run, it says undefined. So we already know what undefined is, because it's in other programming languages you might have some exception, says array index out of bound exception, but TypeScript is so sober, it is not actually crashing the program, but it says that, well, the item we are trying to retrieve from that index is undefined. So whenever we try to put indices or try to extract a specific item by using the index, we have to be very careful about the index we put inside this square bracket. Okay, so now in the declaration we have defined an array and we have put 8 items. That doesn't mean that we cannot change the number of items in these arrays. We can put items afterwards after we declare this variable. For example, I want to put another, or I want to add another item to this same array. I can do that by using this marks.push method, and here I'm pushing say 100, and I want to print the entire array in the console by just passing the name of the array to the log function. And now if I run this program, you see that the number 100 is pushed at the end of the list. So this array is like a stack where the first item is will be at the bottom of the stack and the last item will be at the top of the stack. So whenever we use the push function or method and push an item, it always is added as the last item of the list. Like push, we can also remove the items from any specific location, but TypeScript unfortunately doesn't provide any method like remove or delete. There are some other methods that we can use like pop or splice, or even the filter method where we can filter the list, create another list by checking some conditions. So we will see that at later stages after we learn about functions and anonymous functions and so on. This data structure can hold multiple items, and whenever we have some kind of data structure like this, and whenever we want to extract all items, normally we run a loop. So in TypeScript or JavaScript, we have different types of loops like for loop, for in, then for of, so and do and while do, etc. and etc. So we have lots of loops, and we will look at those loops in later lectures. But this is the type that we use for data structure or array, or whenever we want to declare a list of items.